Victoria is back in lockdown. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, and sadly, Victoria's back in lockdown for another 7 days. Now, before we go through this statement from the acting Premier and have a bit of a talk about it, I want to put things into perspective, because there are a lot of people that are scared, that are afraid, that are just jumping on board interventions into the economy and the lives and sacrificing liberties because they're scared. And, well, let's have a look at some numbers here. This is the total number of cases in Australia. In Victoria, Australia. 20,553. It's probably, I think it's 575. I haven't bothered updating it because the deaths haven't increased. So many people have recovered, everyone. Don't let the fear get to you. The incident rate, 310 per 100,000 people. It's lower in other parts of the country. The fatality ratio is 3.99% to those that actually get it. You have to understand, one thing you can do to mitigate or reduce your chance of hospitalization is to lower your body weight so you're not obese or morbidly obese. Why isn't the media ramming that home every day? That's one way to reduce the load on our hospitals right there, but it probably would shame people too much. So let's have a look at this statement from the acting Premier of Victoria. On the advice of the public health team, it's always someone else's fault, Victoria will move to circuit breaker restrictions. It's a lockdown, mate. Call it a lockdown. These settings will remain in place until 11:59 on the 3rd of June, but if we can end sooner, we will. As we've seen here and across Australia, this kind of short, sharp action is effective in stopping this thing in its tracks. Okay. Here's the issue, guys. Now, people are saying these will never end. And it's not some conspiracy theory that the government is slowly going to just take away our rights. This has become part of the contemporary response to this illness. I'm worried when there'll be calls for lockdown for any bloody thing. And they're saying, look, it worked in Perth, it worked in Queensland, so it must work here. How do they know it worked? How do they know it actually mitigated the spread? How many people are walking around and don't realize they have this illness because they're asymptomatic? Is there one economist on this public health team to actually advocate for business people? I would hate to have a retail business in Victoria right now. What's the chances? What chance do you have? It's hopeless. Our public health experts' prime concern, just how fast this variant is moving. Overseas, they haven't been able to track how quickly this version of the virus can move. Here in Victoria, though, we're seeing not only how quick it is, but how contagious it is too. Our contact tracers are identifying and locking down first ring, second ring, and third ring contacts within 24 hours. That's faster than ever, and yet this variant is still moving faster. The time between catching the virus and passing it on is tighter than ever. The serial interval, how long it takes between the onset of symptoms in the first and secondary cases, is in many cases just over a day. And in just 24 hours, the number of cases has doubled. It means that although these cases are all connected, this variant of the virus is making people more infectious more quickly. Isn't that what actually happens? It becomes less virulent, more infectious. We've seen other countries come up against this variant and lose badly. Places like Taiwan that have gone from no to very low cases to skyrocketing numbers in the space of just days and weeks, and now are struggling to get it under control. Let's have a look. I've got the John Hopkins map here. He made reference to Taiwan. Let's have a look at Taiwan. Where are they going? Okay, how are they going there? Oh, okay, they've got 6,000 cases. They've got less than Victoria. They've had 46 deaths. What's their incident rate, everyone? It's not, they don't have that data. The case fatality ratio doesn't have that data. global vaccination rate. Come on. Do they have that data? Doses, they've administered 319,000 doses. So, you know, they're not really peaking, are they, guys? It's only 6,000 cases. What's the population of Taiwan? Let's look that up right now. Population of Taiwan. This is the problem. They will just say things, and you don't look at it in perspective. Okay, there you go. Population of 23.57 million people. Nearly Australia. This tiny little island nearly has the same population of Australia. There you go. Okay, so he's worried about that. Well, you know, there you go. We also know our nation's vaccine rollout has been slower than we'd hoped. And if more people were vaccinated, we might be facing a different set of circumstances. Sadly, we're not. If we made the wrong choice now, if we waited too long, if we hesitated too much, this thing will get away from us and lives will be at risk. Lives are always at risk. That's just a part of it. Here's the thing. As an architect, when we design buildings and spaces, we have to think about safety, health and safety. We're required by law to do all these reports and assessments, all of these things. Engineers have to do the same thing as well. And you have to think about it. You could design a space completely safe, but then what is the cost? What is the aesthetics? What is the functionality? You have to merge all these things together compared to the risk associated with maintaining, operating, and using the space. So this is why lives are always at risk. It's why from 11:59 p.m. tonight, there will be 5 reasons to leave home. Food and supplies, authorized work, care and caregiving, exercise for up to 2 hours with one other person, and getting vaccinated. Oh, there you go. I mean, they're pushing, you know, if you can go out to get vaccinated. That's one of the reasons you can go out, guys. Exercise and shopping will be limited to 5 kilometers from home. Oh, well, there you go. You got the 5 kilometer limit again. If there's no shops in your 5 kilometer radius, you can travel to the ones closest to you. Shopping is also limited to 1 person per day per household. Let's see if there's going to be a run on toilet paper again in Victoria. Face masks will also need to be worn inside and outdoors, everywhere, except your own home. Well, that's nice. That's nice. We're not quite at 1984 yet. Private and public gatherings will not be permitted, although visiting your intimate partner continues to be okay. Single-person bubbles will also be allowed. What's a single-person bubble? Childcare and kindergarten will remain open, but schools will need to close, other than for the children of authorized workers and vulnerable kids. When we had the snap 3-day lockdown here in Queensland, that was the final thing that just pushed us to withdraw out of day school. We were really close, and I said, nah, what are we doing? Why are we paying money for this when we've got to homeschool them anyway? And we'll do a better job through the other school than through the day school. Shops like supermarkets, food stores, bottle shops, banks, petrol stations, and pharmacies will all remain open. Cafes and restaurants will be able to offer takeaway only. Gyms, hairdressers, community facilities, and entertainment venues will all close. Non-essential retail may only open for click and collect. Hotels and accommodation can only stay open to support guests already staying on site. No new bookings can be made unless it's for a permitted purpose like authorized work. Advice on who can open and who can't will be made available online ahead of directions coming into place, as will the full list of authorized workers and workplaces. It's clear more than ever this virus isn't going away, so let's just keep locking down again and again and again. Think of all the businesses that are going to have to throw out their stock. Think of it. But if it saves one life, destroy business, destroy opportunity, destroy people's dreams. And vaccines are the only way we'll ever get back to normal. This isn't how you push people who have vaccine hesitancy into getting vaccination. This isn't how you do it, Mr. Government. That's not how it's going to work, okay? Come on. Without full vaccination, this virus will keep mutating and just keep making its way back in. To that end, from tomorrow, and dependent upon supply from the federal government, all Victorians over the age of 40 will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. My message to those Victorians: if you're eligible, get vaccinated. Make your plan today. If someone you love is eligible, make a plan together. Do it for yourself, your family, your friends, your community. Whatever your motivation, please do it, because vaccination is our only real ticket out of this pandemic. This isn't how you encourage people who have hesitation, understandably, due to recent medical disasters, due to what the media has been pushing. I just saw it. Someone shared a tweet. German researchers have identified the cause of the blood clots. It's the accompanying cold virus that is being used to provide the vaccine. That's what it is, and they're working on a solution for it. So what are you going to do if you're at low risk of actually dying from this thing? Why would you rush out to get vaccinated when you want to wait? You know, where's it saying Australians, if you're overweight or obese, you're 40 more times to be likely to be hospitalised based on empirical evidence from other places around the world. All Victorians should lose weight. That will reduce the burden on our healthcare system. Why isn't he saying that? Can someone explain to me why that is? Have we seen that anywhere in the media? Is anyone saying that? Is it on Sky? Is it on ABC? So let's have a look at how the Retailers Association of Australia, or the Australian Retailers Association, is responding to this, because, well, I'd hate to be a retailer right now in Victoria. The Victorian lockdown is a devastating blow for retailers and confidence. The Australian Retailers Association said the Victorian lockdown is a devastating blow for retailers and consumer and business confidence, and again highlights the threat of COVID is far from over. Okay, no, it's not. It's the threat of government lockdowns, everyone. It's the threat of a business being declared a hotspot and no one wanting to ever do business with you again. Those are the threats. This now has to be worked into your business plan, your day-to-day business plan. So ARA CEO Paul Zara said the 7-day lockdown is set to cost over $1 billion in terms of lost retail trade. We support the Victorian government. Why? Why do you support them? They're screwing you over. Why do you support them? In their response to keep the community safe. This is it. But we can't ignore the significant impact this lockdown will have on retailers, the Melbourne CBD and small businesses in particular. Victorians have been to hell and back over the past year or so, and just when we thought the worst of COVID was behind us, it's reared its head again mid-year. Just wait till we start seeing calls for lockdowns for other things. You know, lockdowns used to be decried as an ineffective method at spreading illness, mitigating illness spread, compared to the economic consequences. This is what epidemiologists would argue against. And now everyone's doing it. The precedent's been set. If you don't lock down and one person dies, politically you're going to get destroyed. This is why it's going to be around forever. And I think Labor's a lost cause. They've set the precedent. They're the lockdown party. Businesses no longer have JobKeeper support payments available to them, and Victorian small businesses in particular would be under significant stress. This is a huge blow to their confidence. A 7-day lockdown is expected to cost retailers over $1 billion in terms of lost trade. This isn't just a financial cost, it's a social one as well. This lockdown will have an enormous impact on people's health and well-being, and will shatter fragile confidence levels in the second half of the year. This will also set back the valiant efforts of state and local government to restore confidence in foot traffic within Melbourne's hard-hit CBD. Online click and collect and home delivery is still available in Victoria, and we encourage people to use those options for getting goods and services they need. Most retailers have an online sales platform, so if there's items you'd normally buy in store, check out the online purchase, collection and delivery options that might be available. The ARA has called for focused efforts to bolster vaccinations and improve contact tracing within Victoria, along with targeted support to continue for small businesses and Melbourne CBD in the light of major setbacks. Why is no one looking at the ARA is calling for ARA members in the fitness area are offering people cheaper gym equipment so they can lose weight and reduce those comorbidities. Where is that coming from? Is that not common knowledge now? I'm assuming that's common knowledge. Am I completely mistaken? Let me know, guys, in the comments, please. So, I mean, there you go. What's the solution to this? Leave Victoria. Precedent's been set. You've got a hard Labour government. People are going to keep voting them in. More people who are frustrated with this stuff are going to get out. It's time to move. Come to Queensland. More sunlight. Housing isn't that much cheaper and rent's gone through the roof, but still, what else can you do? There's too many people who are supportive of this intervention now. Victoria really is the California of Australia, guys. Maybe we should just build a wall on the north side of the Murray. What do you reckon? Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can sign up for SelfWealth or Stake, buy a merch from HeiseSays, or use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.